Cape York, one of Australia's most prominent four-wheel driving frontiers, and as you would expect, being Queensland born and bred, the team from MDC Campers are getting right into the thick of it. The boys have brought along 4 of their latest and greatest camper trailers for research and development. The Off-Road Extreme Explorer, the Off-Road Gal Extreme, the Off-Road T-Box V2, and the almighty Off-Road Step Through. Now most of the lads know each other well, but some are only meeting for the first time. With everyone acquainted, it's time to settle in, as it will be a very early start in the morning.
I got that tea. No, I don't.
After a late arrival, we've come to the meeting point at Musgrave Roadhouse, which is going to be the starting point for the Market Direct Campers research and development trip to the tip of Cape York via the mighty Telegraph Track. Now, Musgrave Roadhouse was a cattle station back in the 1930s. It's been converted into this bar and bistro. It's got a great little grass camp area attached to it. It's the gateway to Cape York and it attracts about 49,000 to 50,000 vehicles through here every year. As you can see, the sun's come up behind me. The boys have packed up all the camper trailers. We're heading off to Archer River today, where we'll do our final preparations and checks on all the vehicles before we start the mighty Telegraph Track tomorrow.
But before we roll out, let's meet the team. In Blue Balls, we have Ken and Davo, or the Barra Boys as they're more commonly known. In the Pig, we have Big L, a friend of MDC, and Steve Ballinger, part of the Queensland sales team. In the almost identical diesel Hilux, we have Steve Hollywood Robson, the New South Wales sales manager, and riding with him will be Mick Hammett, also part of the sales team. And riding in the patrol with me will be Keith the Bush Mechanic O'Malley from the Queensland sales team. And this is Lego and his Navara, and he'll be driving the camera equipment. Now from Musgrave Roadhouse, we're going to blast up the development road to the Archer River. Then the following day, we're going to get straight into the Old Telegraph Track. Then hopefully in 2 days' time, we'll rendezvous with the Jardine River Ferry. Then spend the night at Loyalty Beach before driving the last little journey north to the most northern point of the Australian mainland. This should be an epic adventure. The development road these days, apart from being heavily corrugated in sections, is relatively good travelling. So soaking up the miles happens quickly. As for the campers, well, you wouldn't even know they were there.
I've been in the camping industry now for about 5 years. Been road testing trailers for about the same amount of time, especially the off-road trailers.
I left school when I was 15, got an apprenticeship as a canvas goods maker. So I've now had 35 years in the industry as a tent maker and have a lot of experience in building trailers.
Worked for Market Direct Campers last 5 years. Started in production, gone to the sales team.
It's a job that I absolutely love.
This Cape trip's been a really good opportunity to get a first-hand experience as to how these trailers handle when they're off-road. When the customers ask us specific questions about the trailers and their capabilities, we've had the experience to be able to answer those questions.
Looking forward to getting out and testing these trailers in their latest configurations. Looking around and seeing where we can improve if we have to.
Because we've designed a new independent suspension. We've put it on 4 of our heavy-duty off-road campers, and we're going to take them up the telly track, smash them around, and see what happens.
Okay, we've arrived at Archer River Roadhouse. It's only a couple hundred kilometres down on the development road from where we stayed last night at Musgrove. Now the boys have got all the camper trailers set up, so what say we go and check one of them out, eh? G'day Steve.
G'day mate.
What model camper from MDC you got to show us today, mate?
This is the MDC 08 tent and it'll go on pretty much all of our trailers.
Certainly looks the business. How about you tell us a little bit about the tent?
On the tent, first thing, we use an 18-ounce canvas roof and 15-ounce on the walls. You've got 10 accessible doors all around the tent with canvas and mesh on all of them. And it's the space in this tent that really makes it the best on the market.
Yeah, it's certainly plenty roomy, that's for sure, yeah.
And not to mention, every single door in this, you can open or close from inside or out. So if it's raining, you don't have to go out into the rain to zip up your canvas door.
Now one thing I noticed about the annex, mate, is that it's freestanding.
That's the way the bar work's designed. The pressure's always forcing downwards, so you don't really need to put ropes on this at all unless you're in high wind conditions. And you'll notice the Velcro that runs all the way around it. It does totally enclose with 2-piece walls and another divider wall that comes down here if you want to set it up. And the annex also comes standard with a 1-piece heavy-duty Velcro floor, so it's removable.
And what about the kitchen, mate?
All the MDC heavy-duty off-road trailers come with a kitchen with a fold-out bench, and then you've got an option of putting a 2-burner into that kitchen, but they all come with a fold-out bench. And how about I show you the inside?
Well, it certainly looks roomy, mate.
It is roomy. Here's your queen-size bedding area. You've got your privacy screens both sides. You'll notice the real high apex of the roof here. That keeps all the heat away from you when you're lying in here. And you've got your mesh vents either end of your bed. Now you've got pockets all around it for mobile phones, keys, everything you seem to lose while you're camping. You've got ventilation under your trailer here. You can zip down this PVC and you've got mesh behind it to let the cool air in, and heavy duty PVC bucket style flooring for moisture. Another extremely unique feature is the kids' room over the other side, or a storage room, and it also has access to your queen size bed.
Steve, it certainly looks like a good camper, mate. So what sort of target market is this one directed at?
Oh, large families, social groups, hunting, fishing, people like that who like getting away and who like space and comfort in their tent.
So Steve, how is this one priced in the camper market?
Oh, the price range ranges from our semi-off-road Traveller at $4,600 right up to our heavy-duty T-Box V2, $8,600. So this tent can go on 4 of our trailers. That'll determine your price.
If you want to find out more about these great campers from MDC, call one of the team on 1300 494 494.
Just going for a wander along the Archer River, and lo and behold, tucked out in the middle of nowhere here, here's this MDC V1 Deluxe. It's about 2 years old. We're going to go and have a chat to this bloke and see what he thinks about it since he's had it. So how did you end up acquiring this trailer, and where'd you get it from?
I noticed it in the Cairns Post. They said it was basically brand new, and so we went and had a look at it, and it was exactly what we wanted, so we snapped it up.
So how much confidence do you have in that trailer in taking it to the places where you've been and places where you'd like to go in the future?
Yeah, well, I'll take that anywhere the cruiser will go, so I have no hassles in that regard. You know, sand, mud, you name it, and actually it's really good in the mud. It holds me straight a lot better. A few times I've been in some wild country and the trailer seems to hold you straight on the roads, but even, you know, water crossings, doesn't matter, the cruiser can go through it, trailer follow. We've taken it up the Cape a couple of times, and also we go up into Lakefield National Park and then up to Bathurst Heads into Princess Charlotte Bay and use it on the beach there. And so by having, it's got a white roof on it, that really seems to deflect the heat. It's much, much cooler than the last camper we had, so we're happy with that.
How have you found with the build quality of the tent?
I've taken it over to Pomperow one time. We had a big thunderstorm and she bucketed down, like serious rain. Monsoon rain, it was end of November, so you can imagine what that's like, and not a drop of leak, you know, so I was really happy with that because nothing worse than, you know, water coming down through, but it held up really good, so we're wrapped.
How does it suit the family, and do they enjoy getting away in it?
Yeah, well, I have 3 kids, so I just put mattresses down on the floor in that section there, and me and the missus sit up top, and it's really good. Plenty of room there, got a baby, porta cot goes in there as well. It's got nice height, and that allows it to be cooler, And as I said, the white roof makes a big difference, so the baby can sleep during the day as well. So comfort-wise, no mozzies, no sandflies, it's pretty good.
With the campfire blazing and a huge buzz of excitement, the boys gather round to finalise the nitty-gritty of how we're going to take on the mighty Telegraph Track. I really can't wait.
It's not just one track, it's the truck itself.
Oh, no, that's sweet.
Just a couple of good points you want to keep into consideration when travelling on dusty roads like this, particularly in convoys, to keep some good distance between each vehicle. We're travelling at about sort of 400 or 500 metres at least between each vehicle. We've got good radio contact still, so everyone up in front can let anyone know any oncoming traffic, because when the dust goes through there you can't see where you're going for quite some time, particularly the big road trains. What you're going to do when they come through is to get off the road completely. You can imagine driving at night with your lights on high beam in a real foggy night. It's a bit like that. It's a complete whiteout. So when they come through, get off the road and let them have right of way. Just a couple of quick points when driving corrugations. Probably the most important one is your tyre pressures. I'm running at the moment, the vehicle's on about 25 PSI. I've dropped my trailer down to about 20 PSI. And it's a nice soft ride over the top of these corrugations. Now, depending on the severity of them, how big they are, as to what speed you're going to be able to do. But also, you don't want to travel too slow either over them. Otherwise, you're going to really bounce into all the corrugations. You're going to do a lot of vibration damage through your vehicle, and that's when you've got a fair chance of breaking suspension components and anything else like that.
And wouldn't you just believe it?
Guys need to pull over. I've got a rubber smell coming through the car, so we'll pull over and see what the go is. Roger that. The idler pulley's gone on the patrol, so it's gone and broken the belt as well. So we're going to head off from here to Bramwell, which is about 40 k's up the road from here, and see what spares we can arrange from there and get this GU back on the trip. I suppose there's one positive out of this, at least I'm going to have good radio reception.
Now this could be a real big problem for us. The team gathers round to try and workshop a solution.
So we've organised for the vehicle to stay here.
And as you can imagine out here, solutions, well, they just don't grow in trees.
Okay, we've managed to tow the patrol into Bramwell Junction. The people at the Roadhouse here have been extremely helpful in organising us with some phone numbers up at Sasha, which is right up the top end of the telly track. We've rung them up there, they're going to organise the parts for us, they'll be flowing in there tomorrow. We should be up there in the next couple of days, pick up the parts we need, continue on to the tip that we've all come here to go and do. Then we'll head back from the tip, back into Bramwell Junction, throw the new parts into the patrol here. As a result of all this, I'm now going to become a passenger in the camera car. So that should be a bit of fun, and I'll help all the guys now as we go through all the major challenges up the telly track. We've had to leave one of the trailers behind, but we've still got 3 very capable trailers on the trip, so it should be all good.
Now this is really bittersweet for me. I was really looking forward to taking on the track in the mighty GU. What this does do is illustrate the importance of travelling in convoy.
Stay with us, because after the break, we hit the telly track.
With the day almost over, we won't be able to get too far down the track. So to make the most of the opportunity, Alan the Big Pig decides to take on something serious. Now he knows he probably won't get through this due to the almost vertical approach angle, but it could be a great exercise to get the team warmed up for the challenges to come. Thanks, Big Al. Time to get out the recovery gear.
take long, big pig.
Sounds like a boat.
Sam, Ken, I'm going to slap you if you don't shut up.
Well, we're less than a K into the tele track, and I know the boys were really keen to take on this track, and they've taken on the biggest hole we could find, and that was the first challenge we ended up coming across. The big pig down here buried himself quite deeply in down there. So our first attempt to get him out was winching off the back of the camera car here. That wasn't successful. All he was doing was pulling the camera car back. So we've got Steve-O over here with his Hilux. We're going to put another winch on the front of the pig. We're going to run 2 winches and see if we can get him out that way. But we've still got a bit of work to do, so let's get on with it, and hopefully all this ends well.
And with the 2 winches attached, the boys have no troubles pulling the big pig out. Finally, with all the boys through, we roll into camp at Palm Creek for the night. Palm Creek is only a few kilometres in the track, but it is a notorious litmus test for your 4-wheel drive's capabilities.
We got to the track pretty late in the afternoon yesterday. The boys have just packed up the camp. We're hoping to cover some serious ground on the track today. This is our first obstacle for the morning, and what an obstacle it is. So let's get the first one through and see how we go, eh?
Now Lego, the driver of the camera truck, is a pretty switched on sort of bloke. And due to him not towing a camper, he'll be taking on most of the obstacles first. So the guys with the campers can watch his lines and get an idea how to go about it. Or how not to, but I have a sneaky suspicion it was the cameraman's fault. Now with everything strapped back on, it's time for the campers.
Yeah, just stop it there, mate. Let as much water drain off as you can.
Kent and Davo come on through first with the step through.
Yeah, nice. Beautiful. You're right on that ledge now. You're following that ledge in. Front left's about to drop over. Come down with a bit of left hand down. That's beautiful. Right hand now.
No troubles here at all. Now for Big Al and Steve Beringer with the Gal Extreme. As you can see, the new independent suspension really makes light work of the large articulations. And with electronic trailer braking, it really does help the vehicle on the way down. And lockers in. Easy. Nice work. And And finally Steve and Keith with the T-Box V2 and Kevin. What's happened here is the engine on the Hilux has cut out halfway up the obstacle, and due to the steepness it's unsafe to try and work out the issue. The only real option is to winch him to the top.
Pull it up, double up through the tree.
Steve's come through, he's punched a fuel line somewhere along the line. Engine's died, the battery hasn't got enough power to use his winch. We've now got the camera car hooked up. I'm going to try and get him out with the camera car. Not a good situation, but we'll see how we go.
Because a deadlift like this is very difficult and strenuous on a recovery vehicle. Steve is using the starter motor to jolt the vehicle up, which being a diesel engine really does help get the job done. Nice work, boys. With a quick repair on the fuel line, it's time to roll out. With all the vehicle issues out the way, we really need to make some progress. Now, if you're going to take a camper trailer on a trip like this, it's very important that it has a very high build quality. All the MDC campers on the trip have a 100 by 50 mm drawbar, a 50 by 50 fully welded reinforced chassis, and dual shock independent suspension, making them almost unstoppable. Now on the tele track we're going to do about 16 water crossings, so the quality of your camper's seals is very important. So if you go through a deep water crossing with bad seals, your camper will go in as its tear weight and potentially come out double that, if it comes out at all. Not a worry for the MDC campers though, they're all pinch sealed.
We're making some great progress. We've just arrived in this beautiful little spot on the Delahunty River here. Not far now till we reach Gunshot, so let's get the first one through, eh? First one, come through guys.
After a slow start, we've really made some progress, but it's really hard not to stop every 5 minutes and take it all in. It's really an incredible landscape tucked away up here.
We've finally arrived at the infamous Gunshot. The boys have had a good look around and checked out all the possibilities how to get down through here. The old Gunshot is pretty much impassable as it's almost vertical. This is the new Gunshot out the back here, the one they've all chosen to have a crack at. It's still just as steep. The camera car is going to come through first, so let's bring him on down and see how he goes, eh? Yeah, looking good, mate. Keep those wheels straight.
And with everything tied down, Lego gives the boys an idea of what they're up against.
Stuff. Great sight, mate. All the way through, Lego. Good work, mate.
One thing to remember with Gunshot Creek is it's exceptionally challenging for vehicles even without trailers, so every bit of caution is necessary. Nice work, Lego. Now for the Big Pig and the Gal Extreme.
The problem we've got here is, because of the length of the car and the vehicle, is getting that vehicle squared up to this entry before they drop off here. They're trying to jackknife the trailer back into the bush. I really don't know if they're going to get it around because it's starting to get a bit hairy looking now. The back wheel's already hanging off the edge there. So if they can't do this, they might have to look for another option down, I think.
And with a little bit of help manoeuvring, anything can be solved.
Probably a bit of right hand down, left hand down. Wheels are straight now.
With the mud pit at the bottom, it's very important to maintain a little bit of momentum, like out here, especially when towing. Great driving, Al.
Well, we've finally got the first one down with a great deal of manoeuvring to get him around though. We're about to take on the second one and see if we can get him down as well. But that's the reason we've come here for, to test these trailers out. The back wheels are going to do the same as ours, they'll come around behind it.
The mighty step-through, being the largest of the range, has an extended chassis to accommodate the walk-up staircase. As you can see, it's a very large camper. But with a little push to help line it up, it handles no worries at all.
Get into it.
And finally the T-box, with a little expert driving from Steve, it's lined up perfectly. As you can probably imagine, the boys are all smiles and teeth. And with the sun back out, it really makes for a pleasant afternoon.
Now we're at Cockatoo Crossing. This is a really notorious crossing where you can easily get unstuck. There's some big deep holes in here, so make sure you get out, have a good walk through it, get people to stand on certain spots for turning points around before you head to the other side. Walk it first is an absolute must on this crossing. The driver's wheel's just about to go over the other side of the big rock. Nice job, mate. Nice work, Al. All good. Righto, get into it. Nice work, mate. Passenger side's about to go over the edge. And the driver's side's going to drop off a big rock. If it comes straight at that, beautiful. Yeah, nice work. Stay hard right, mate. And Mickey's right on the turning point.
And as you can see, I really didn't think this one through.
We've just arrived at Sam Creek after a big day out on the Old Telegraph Track. All the trailers have arrived unscathed. We're about to get a fire going, get some dinner on the go, and have a nice relaxing night.
Stay with us, because after the break we hit the most northern point of the Australian mainland.
Well, we got into Sam pretty late last night. We didn't get much of a chance to have a look around, but fair income, check this out. All that's left to do now is get all the vehicles across Sam's Crossing, head on up the Old Telegraph Track and rendezvous with the Jardine ferry.
I'll hold up here, Tim.
Yeah mate, hold up there. Trailer's clear now. Beautiful job.
With all the vehicles comfortably across, we venture up on this little gem. Now there is a chicken track, but hey, this is why we're here. This should be a little bit of fun for the boys.
Get your driver's wheel right in that track there, mate. About to hit that hump now. Trailer's up. Nice work. Get your driver's side straight in that wheel track, mate. Bit of left. Nice work. Hey Steve-o.
few more crossings under our belt, the camera car radios the team that they have a problem.
Camera car's got a bit of a noise coming out of it. Usually it sounds like a CV, these ticking noises, but this one's one of these cases where someone's wrapped a zip tie around their front tail shaft. What do you see, mate?
You're kidding.
How'd that get there? Hey? That's taking the worry off your face, mate, from the CV issues you said you had.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey?
Good as that.
Happy about that? Righto, straight down on that. Trailer's looking good, coming down now. Back wheels are just about to come down. Oh, I'll get the trailer down. Trailer's just coming off now. Yeah, you'll need to swing pretty wide here, mate, because you've got it's a hairpin back on the right-hand side. Yeah, nice work, mate. Nice. Back wheels coming down. Trailer wheels are dropping off now. And same deal, take it as wide as you can without hitting the cameraman, but yeah, it's a hard right.
These camber trailers really are tracking well. Wherever we're able to place the vehicles, the cambers just seem to follow.
Nice, dropping down now. Back wheels down. Trailer's about to drop in. Nice work. And then yeah, take it pretty wide, and then it's a sharp out to the right, a sharp corner to the right.
The team are really getting through these obstacles like they've done them before.
Trailer's clear, nice work, mate. We're at the famous log bridge at Cypress Creek. Now we're going to get all the vehicles across here. Then we're going to take the bypass road from here to the Jardine ferry. As we've been informed by a few locals about Nolan's Crossing, it's pretty much impassable at the moment. Last weekend they recovered 12 vehicles out of there, so we don't want to get into that sort of trouble. We're going to take the sensible way, get on the bypass track all the way to the ferry, then on our way to the tip. Yep, trailer's coming through now, no worries at all. Hard right.
And with a little bit of tricky manoeuvring, we managed to get all the vehicles turned around, as the bypass road is a couple of kilometres back up the track.
Adjust this crew.
Yep.
Nicely done, Al. On our way to the bypass track, we've come across this little mishap. These guys have assured us that they've got enough pep in their crew to get them out of this situation. So we're going to move on and continue on our journey. Yeah, nicely done, mate. Good job, mate. Lockers, you can't go past them.
Finally, after some of the most incredible terrain I've ever witnessed, we arrive at the Jardine ferry. When you arrive at places like this in far north Queensland at lunchtime, you'll hit by a little bit of a problem. They're closed for lunch. But I can think of far worse places to have a look around.
We've just dropped into Sasha at Top End Motors.
where the parts for the patrol have been ordered and delivered here. It could be a small issue though. The pulley that's been delivered is slightly larger in diameter, so hopefully it's not going to be a problem. We're going to be staying the night at Loyalty Beach. We'll have a great meal, get up bright and early in the morning, head up to the tip, and then from there we'll head home. When we finally do arrive at Loyalty Beach, lo and behold, the sun comes out again. Just what we ordered. But first things first, time to set up. Now while the team does set up, I'm going to have a quick chat to Steve Robson to find out why these camper trailers did as well as they did. Can you tell us, mate, how come these MDC trailers did so well on the telly track, mate? They seem to be fairly invincible on that track.
Well, mate, we designed this independent suspension. That's why we took them to the Cape so we could test it. You've got 100 by 100 by 5mm tube steel, dual shocks, heavy duty coil. The chassis's been upgraded to 4mm. You've got a triple drawbar on it. They're tough as teak. All of our trailers come standard with the electric brakes, the stone guard, the off-road coupling. They're just a really tough package.
They're a great camper, they really are, mate.
The Barra Boys, well, they take off and do what Barra Boys do. Sorry boys, no luck today. While Big L prepares the meal, the boys sit down and enjoy the view. It really is an incredible sight. On first light, the boys pack up and get the day on the way, as one of the main reasons for the trip is not very far away. It's time to head up the beach. After some rainforest driving, the team finally arrives.
Well, here we are. The MDC trailers have made it to the northernmost tip of Australia. The boys from MDC, they've been an absolute awesome bunch of guys to get away with. The trailers have been incredible. They've handled all the conditions exceptionally well. Now there's only one thing left for us to do, and that's get back and get the patrol back on the road and head for home.
Well, that's it. What an incredible trip. It's really been a big highlight for me, and I'm sure as much for the team at MDC. Well, on behalf of the boys and myself, we really hope to see you out there. Again, if you want to find out any more about these great campers from MDC, call one of the team on 1300 494 494.